Bill Swift from Swift Canoe and Kayak. We're here to show you our 2025 new products. We're going to go over 6 new models with you. We're going to touch on technology, so let's get at it. We're going to do an in-depth technology video at our factory with our technicians Matt Steffler and Terry Peddle. And right now, let me show you some of the stuff that we're going to do. We're going to go over our UV shield, our epoxy finishes. We're going to do extensive tests with a hammer in the force gauge to show you just how strong UV shield and our new epoxy is. We're going to show you how scratch resistant this new material is, that you can go on a trip and scratch it like crazy. And afterwards, you can come back, you can spray it with Protectant 303, and you won't take the scratches out, but you can bring the appearance of the boat back quite a bit. And Joe, come on over here. Let's show them some other things that we'll be working on. We've got some new laminates that we're really playing with. Some of you folks have seen the beautiful new matrix finish. And one of the things we're most excited about is we now have UV shield on all of our colors. And this is a particular kayak fade on the bottom of a TeXtreme boat. This can all be done in UV shield this year. So we brought lightweight technology now for those of you that do want to get a really cool color to the bottom. We've also worked extensively on our forged carbon laminates. This is one in Kevlar Fusion where we're doing the float tanks, the seat bases in it also. Here's a sample right here with the purple forged carbon with a metal flake finish in it. Super cool. And then Joe, let's show them this boat real quick. This is for Robert Patch in Maryland. He's getting this super cool blue forged carbon. Take a look at that beauty, babies. And then guys, we're going to have my tripping canoe there at the factory. We're going to show you some really cool things that we're working on this year. Matt has developed this really cool, what we are calling assist bars. They're all carbon. They're pre-preg technology combined with our infusion technology. These weigh less than 4 ounces each. They're going to be available in a detachable version. When you're portaging, you can hold on to it. Many solo paddlers will get them on their bow thwart. They're also available on a fixed position on a stern thwart. Many uses for that. And how about this, guys? How about a tandem canoe that only weighs 30 pounds that has incredible durability to it? Come and check out the new video with Matt and Terry that's coming up. We've had some real exciting changes to our pack boat line. The first one is that we've taken our Prospector 13, which is a very popular solo canoe, has a beautiful shape to it. People love the look and finish of this. It was our intent just to have it as a solo boat, but we got 5 or 6 orders for it last year for people wanting it as a pack boat. So now this is standard in our line. She's an absolute beauty, has our standard high back seat and kayak foot braces on it. We've narrowed the thwarts down, guys, on our pack and solo canoes this year to save a little weight on them. They still have lots of structural integrity. This is an absolute beauty boat. Now we've taken the pack 12.6 out of production. So it's not in our price list, it's not on our website. The mold is in terrific condition. So if any of you guys still want a pack 12.6, we can absolutely build it for you, no problem. It's the price of what the Cruiser 12.8 is. And Joe, let's come over here. This was the pack 13.8. It actually has the Cruiser shape to it. It's got the tuck into the gunnel. It's got the beautiful S gunnel to it. We have rebranded the pack 13.8 as the Cruiser 13.8. So on our websites, in our price list, you'll see this is the Cruiser 13.8. Scott is going to change our YouTube video to have the same heading in it. We'll refer to it as the Pack 13.8 in the video, but it is the Cruiser 13.8. So let's put these down on the ground and show you some fittings on these babies. Hi. Here is our sales manager, Brandon, many of whom you talk with Brandon on the phone. Brandon, let's tell the folks your size.
So I'm 5'9", 170. Try to keep it around there, but over the holidays, sometimes it fluctuates a bit. But yeah, 5'9", 170.
Now, the Prospector 13 pack, it's actually a boat this is the first time you have ever sat in it as a pack boat.
Yeah, so originally it was a solo canoe, and then after popular demand, we converted it over to a pack version as well. But it's great. It's good for somebody my size, somebody paddling with a four-legged friend, or smaller paddlers that want a nice recreational boat or something they can do some weekend trips in.
You definitely have a lot of room in front of you.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of room for, again, a dog, a day pack, lots of room in behind me as well for a larger pack if you're doing some tripping. But it's spacious, it's comfortable, stable for fishing and any type of recreational activity, really.
I could see people into fishing with a fish tackle box with some fish mounts on here. This would be a really nice boat, average size and smaller people.
Yeah, no, exactly. And even the new assist bar that we have coming out could be a nice option for this boat as well. So lots of options.
Sweet. So I am 6'4", 240-ish, depending on the season. So the Cruiser 13.8 really fits me nicely. And with this boat, we put the seat up a little bit higher, and that's something I should note. We did the same thing in the Prospector 13 pack. The seat is up a little bit higher than it is on the Pack 12.6 or the Cruiser 12.8. And it's a little bit of a wider boat. And we're finding the more we can get people's butts up in the air, the more comfortable a position it is for their legs paddling over a long period of time. One of the ideas of the Cruiser shape is that it narrows the position in here where I can brace my legs against the side comfortably. And it also narrows it up so you can just do a traditional kayak stroke. And you can take your beautiful dog with you if you want to. I still have room where Ollie could fit in front of me here. So Brandon, cheers to these two boats.
Absolutely.
All right. For 2025, there are two TeXtremes that are standard for us. There's the Carbon and Negra TeXtreme, which has an absolutely beautiful finish. This is a demo we have from our Algonquin store. And also the Xylon Carbon TeXtreme that we'll show you a little bit later. And again, UV shield can be ordered with a mango, with a lime green, with a sea blue bottom now. Looks super, super cool. We also have a very limited edition. We got some blue TeXtreme from Oxeon. This is a one-off. This could be yours if you want it. Contact us. We've got a good price on it, a limited edition Cruiser 14.8 in blue TeXtreme. And Joe, let's go over here. This is my baby. This is a forged carbon with the copper finish. I've used it a whole bunch, so there's marks, there's scratches on it. And we wanted to show you something here. This boat got crushed with 5 feet of snow this winter, and the gunnel was compressed in here, and we wanted to show you just how repairable our carbon Kevlar trim is. Absolutely beautiful. Now, this Cruiser 15.8, I had the seat put up 1 inch higher than the standard, and we've also done the same with the Cruiser 14.8 over here in an experimental laminate that we're working on, this matrix carbon. And we offset the seat base with the matrix carbon and the float tanks as well. Look how cool this looks with the Kevlar interior. And Joe, let's flash back to the copper one over here. Take a look at this with the copper float tank and the copper seat base. And we're going to show you this and then also talk about the super cool assist bar now. We're so excited about UV Shield, our outer coating that gives enhanced UV protection. There's many boats on the market that don't have any outer protection, UV protection on them, and all Swift boats have had it for years. We've had it with the clear coat and the champagne for a year now, and now all of our colors are available that way. And Brandon, I know that you've taken many orders over the years.
Yeah, so we get a lot of inquiries about what can we do, what can't we do, what colors can we do specialty finishes in, and yeah, it's come a long way. And now with this UV shield, we're able to start adding some pretty wicked colors to the hulls of the boats, sunbursts, mangoes, glacier blues, lots of cool stuff.
I know lime green,
that's a popular
sea
one.
blue, aqua blue, and we often could do matching decals to the color. So now they can get the lightweight UV shield and the beautiful color combination if they want it.
Yeah, and they can have fun with it. Ask us what we can do, and yeah, make it your own, customize it.
Now let's talk about these two boats. The first thing is the assist bar. And this is designed for many reasons. One is it can help you get in and out of the boat. So now that I'm in my 60s, I can yank on this and it can really help me up when I get in the boat. The same thing. It gives me something closer to me that I can hold on to. The second thing is it's about the diameter of a mountain bike or road bike handlebar. Many bike accessories fit on this very nicely. You can put a GPS, you can mount your camera, your phone, and then you can also double down and put fish equipment on the front thwart. And Brandon, let's show them how strong you are. This one hasn't been attached, folks. So we are going to be selling these as kits. And we have two different widths of the feeder parts, which are made out of a plastic reinforced with carbon. So it weighs less than 4 ounces. It's incredible how lightweight it is. We're going to have it available as a detachable kit that you can install yourself, or with adhesive where you can mount it right onto your own thwart. So contact us about that if you're interested in it. And let's talk about these two boats, Brandon. So both of these have the seats 1 inch higher than their standard position. And what we've been finding is that many people will use pack boats with a double-bladed kayak paddle. But we're getting more and more people that two things. One of which they just want the seat higher because it's a more relaxed leg position when you're paddling. And secondly, more and more people are using canoe paddles, either bent shaft or traditional Badger canoe paddles. And having the seat up a little bit more really enhances that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just nice to have that versatility. Sometimes people think that if they're going with a pack boat, they absolutely have to use a double blade, but that's not the case. People have a lot of fun with single blades, bent shafts, traditional otter tail style paddles, and yeah, you can practice your strokes, your underwater recoveries and stuff. You don't have to feel like you're strictly only using a double blade.
So now the standard position is 1 inch lower. It is a little bit higher than your kayak seat normally would be because these boats are a little bit wider, have a little bit more volume than kayaks. If you really want ultimate stability, a lot of people are very happy with the standard position, but if you think if you're more experienced, you want to sit up a little bit more. It does have a slightly little bit more of an initial roll feel to it, but you get used to it quickly. So contact us if you think you would like your seat 1 inch higher.
Yeah, we'd be happy to go over it with you.
Cheers. Here is a redesigned boat for 2025, the Keewaydin 16 Tandem Pack. And what we did with this, folks, is we brought the bow seat back 4 or 5 inches. We made enough room to also put in the adjustable bow foot braces on it, and we lowered the seat down about 2 inches. It's still plenty off the floor to give it enhanced stability. And when we came back, we did the same thing with the stern seat here. We lowered it down, super comfortable position. We're going to show you this in a minute. There'll be a link in the description to all of our new model videos that you can quickly check out. And Joe, let's show them over here. We call this boat the Limousine. So this is a Keewaydin 16 pack in a really cool version, and we wanted to show you what can be possible. So let me take off the yoke, guys. This version is available with so many different features on it. You can get it with a detachable yoke. You can also order it with a detachable canoe center seat. Many people who like to use a canoe paddle in the middle really like this position. And then you can also have a detachable pack seat in the middle. And this is super cool, guys. Many people get the adjustable carbon foot bar to put your feet on. So what this does is, this makes it where this boat can be paddled with 3 people, you can paddle with 2 people, and you can pedal it solo right in the middle with the super comfortable seat position, right at the balance point of the boat. And Joe, let's show them back here. When there's 4 holes showing is about the balance point, and there's a pin here that you just pop in and to keep it in, hold it in place. When you want to, you can pop the pin. If you have a dog in front of you, you can slide it back. If you've got a pack behind you, you can slide it forward a little bit. I'm just gonna fold this up. When you're not using this seat, you can just slide it right out like that. And here's what the guts of it looks like. There's a real nice channel that slides in there that corresponds with the piece on the floor of the boat. And what's important, guys, when we did this, we can't just put any seat on the bottom. We've got to have it where the actual fit of it is perfect throughout the seat slide. And see the front here too, how tight this is. If there's any changes in the shape at all, it can make it a little bit wobbly and it doesn't work as well. Dave from Bay Creek Paddling in Rochester, New York came up with a great suggestion. He said, Bill, why don't you also make the bow and stern seats detachable? And the answer is we can. So we can put the slide mechanism in. You could slide the seat right out. It won't be adjustable in the position. There'll be one fixed position on it. But you could also order this particular boat with both the stern and the bow seat, also be able to have the detachable position. So let's take this out one more time. And Joe, I'm gonna show it right now. Let's put this in the middle. So I love the canoe position. You can sit or kneel. This is the standard height for the Keewaydin 16, in which it's very comfortable to sit or kneel. So check this out, folks. Look at the options with a tandem, 3-person, solo, Keewaydin 16 pack for 2025. Cheers.
Hey guys, I am currently sitting in the center position on the Keewaydin 16 tandem pack. It's extremely comfortable, lots of space. I've got the carbon foot bar in front of me that I've adjusted to my height. Yeah, but it's great for having a dog paddling with you, fishing, doing all sorts of recreational activities, but yeah, really spacious and comfortable.
Hey folks, I'm in the stern of the Keewaydin 16 now, and I just want to show you it comes standard with the adjustable kayak foot braces, which keeps your feet out in a nice wide position. We have some people custom order it with a stern carbon foot bar in it, but this seat, this high back comfort seat with the adjustable lumbar support gives so much comfort to this boat. We lowered the seats down this year just so people would feel so super comfortable, stable in it. And why don't we show Brandon now in the front, and we're gonna see if Ollie might get in for a chance. So Brandon, how is your foot room up there?
It's good. I've got enough space in front of me that I can brace comfortably. Knees off the side here, give me a little some support and stability, and yeah, spacious.
Keewaydin 16 tandem packs. These are our limousines with a comfortable seating position. Cheers. Folks, this is one of the things we are most excited about for 2025. You'll find this in our pack boat pricing, but we're offering our Prospector 13 and 14 in Keewaydin 15, where you can order them with detachable canoe seats in our standard upper height position where you can sit or kneel, and a detachable pack boat seat in the same position. And you can get it with either the cherry interior or this one has the beautiful lightweight carbon interior. It's got our new thinner carbon thwarts on it. And it's got our beautiful comfort seat that has the angle to the front bar so it doesn't dig into the back of your thighs. So guys, I'm going to show you how quickly I can pop this one seat out. I'm going to take the canoe seat out. I've decided I want to use it as a pack boat today, so I can quickly slide this seat right in. I've got to give Luke from Canoe Shops UK a big shout out on this one. Right there where I've got 4 pins showing, that's going to be the balance position. And we're going to get young Brandon to sit in this boat for us in a minute. So Luke from Canoe Shops UK had a customer that saw our Keewaydin 16 tandem pack video and just said, I've got to have that boat. I've got to have it in a solo. So they're going to get a really nice Prospector 13 just like this. And let's show you this over here now. Here's the cherry interior on a Prospector 14. So this again is for the customer that doesn't know whether they want a solo canoe or a pack boat, or they just want both particular setups. This quickly, I can pop the cherry seat out. I'm going to grab this seat right here, put it right in the track system, very quickly side it back. When I've got 4 pins showing again, it's when the balance position, when you don't have any other gear in it. And again, if you've got a dog in front of you, you slide it back, or if you got a pack behind you, you slide it forward. So look at these, baby. That quickly, we've converted them. Let's show them with paddlers in them. So Brandon, how does the Prospector 13 feel?
Oh, it feels great. For a guy my size, it's pretty much perfect. I often will paddle with my dog Ollie. You've probably seen him roaming around in a few of the shots, but the carbon foot bar in front of me lets me put my feet wherever I want to be comfortable. He sits right in front of me here. I can kind of keep him in place if he gets twitchy or wants to go exploring outside of the boat. But it's great size for me, really comfortable. And yeah, really versatile in a sense.
Now, folks, this is Scott Way. He worked for Swift for many years, and now he's got his own private business. And he does all of our social media. When you communicate with us through social media, Scott's the person you're communicating with. So, Scott, your disposition, you look like you fit this boat nicely.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit more to me than Brandon, so I need a little bit more boat. You've seen me in other Prospector 14 videos. It's no secret. This is my preferred platform. Being someone who loves to fish, that makes it that much easier. You know, if I'm going out, I would do this with a universal mount package, which would have a 2-inch thwart up front and then the mounts in front of me, so I can have all my gear directly in front of me to access. And then as well, just with the sheer volume, given my weight and then any projected gear I was going to bring with me, I don't have to worry about what I'm putting in the boat. It's just the right size for me.
I think we should go canoeing now, guys. Let's switch the seats. So we've popped the canoe seats in now, and Brandon, how was your fit?
It's great. I've always sort of leaned a little more towards traditional style paddling with a single blade, and a boat this size really fits me well. Yeah, being able to heel the boat over if I want to, practice my underwater strokes, my recoveries, draws, pries. It's a lot of fun, and it's comfortable doing it.
How does Ollie like it when you lean it way over?
He hangs on. He digs his nails in a little bit more, but he's good.
Now, what if you want to put your legs in front of you?
Yeah, so it's nice where the seats, where the height is on the seat. I'm able to put one foot out in front of me. If it's a long trip, I can kind of brace myself a little better that way. I can put both feet out in front of me if I want to stretch my legs. So it's really comfortable and really versatile.
Nice. The Prospector 14, Scott, you're in the video of it. This boat fits you real nice for canoeing.
It does. It does. I mean, I'm not as graceful as Brandon, so it's a little bit kind of, muscling it over finesse. But even then, I'm wearing size 13 boots right now. Actually, surprisingly easy to get them under the seat. I could pull them out and get into a leg forward position like Brandon was just doing as well. And even then, even if I'm in a kneeling position, whether it was leg under or one leg forward, I actually still have a bit of space here. I got space for my hips. I have space for my legs. So for a guy of my size, if you can't sit in one position for too long, you're certainly not locked in on the Prospector 14. You can move around.
Now, could you see yourself using both seat positions?
Easily. As Bill showed you, it only takes, less than 30 seconds to do a swap. So, everyone gets tired legs. Depends how much you're on the water, how long you've been fishing that day. So, yeah, I mean, I would certainly probably trip like this. And if I was just doing an afternoon and casting the line, I'd probably throw in a pack boat seat. But the beauty of it is you can bring both.
Nice. Well, cheers to our new hybrid seating system. If you do own a Prospector 13, Prospector 14, Keewaydin 15, we can get your boat back to the factory. We can put in the detachable seat at this position, or if you have the multi-height seats, you're really set for this already. We can put the track system in the pack boat seat in for you. So just get in touch with us. Folks, this is a 2025 Keewaydin 16 Combi. This is not a new boat, but this is a special boat. We sell lots of these, so we really wanted to show it to you well. So this boat, of course, has the detachable yoke right in the middle. And what's neat about this particular one is this has the detachable center seat, which is an option. And it has what we call the quick change seating system, where the bow and stern seats are also detachable. So very quickly, I can pop the center seat out. And this is an absolutely beautiful tandem canoe. I'll put the yoke back in. You can go day paddling with it. You can go tripping. Just a fantastic setup. And then how about if I put this seat back in? So quickly, I can put it back in. And guys, this is a beautiful Basalt Anegra Expedition Kevlar. It's got the option of the beautiful commingle Basalt Anegra on the outside. It also has the cherry outers with the carbon decks with the all cherry interior. Folks, this boat is beautiful. It is so wicked looking. So now I'm going to pop the bow seat out, and then I'm going to pop the stern seat out. And this does several things, guys. It makes the boat lighter for when you're solo paddling, and it also gives you more room. Packs, dogs. And Brandon, why don't you come in and let's talk a little bit about this super cool order that you just got.
Yeah, so we just took a custom order for a customer of ours, a loyal customer of ours, Darren. And he had originally purchased a Keewaydin 17 and sort of retrofitted it himself to be a solo canoe for him and his dog when he's tripping. Now, over a few different trips that he's taken, he found that it was just a little bit too much boat for him. So he came back to us and he ordered a custom Keewaydin 16 with just the center seat and then a bow and a stern thwart. He had all the measurements figured out exactly where he wanted everything. But yeah, just a perfect vessel for all the gear he was carrying, his dog to come with him, and we were able to build it custom for him.
And he didn't order it with the bow and stern.
No, so
it's a Keewaydin 16 solo.
Exactly, yep. Center seat and then 2 thwarts, bow and stern.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, Darren's going to be a happy guy. What a beautiful setup. All right, well, cheers to the Keewaydin 16 Combi and the versatility of what you can do with it. Hey folks, here are a pair of one of our new solo boats, the Dragonfly 15. The Dragonfly 14.5 we've had for a year and a half now is a super cool boat. pretty narrow, little bit lower cut, very nimble. It's for an extremely skilled advanced paddler. We took that shape and told David Yost to create something really cool. We widened it out 2 inches. We made it a little bit deeper. We took 1/2 inch of rocker off the back end of it. We wanted more volume, more stability, just a really cool boat to go on extended tripping with. This particular Dragonfly 15 is for Robert Patch, and he's doing a super cool trip in the Yukon next year. This boat has 2.5 inches of rocker in the front of it. It's got a lot of flare where it really pushes the waves off to the side. We've got a really cool video that Scott's going to put a link to in the description of this video. And this particular one has that blue forged carbon finish that in the flat light has one character look to it. And then when it gets out in the bright sunlight, it's got a whole new character to it. Robert ordered something really cool. He wanted the cherry outers in carbon decks with the carbon interior, but he wanted the cherry seat in it. And when people order the seats with a carbon tech package, normally the seat would be carbon also. So it gives him a little bit more versatility. This has the interior gel coat on it he wanted, which makes it super easy to clean. If you get a fish flopping around in it, really muddy, a little bit easier. Robert wanted the carbon assist bar, which is a great option to have. And Joe, let's show the float tanks. It's hard to see in this light, but they're the blue forged carbon also. So this particular boat, the Dragonfly 15, is going to be extremely popular with river trippers. Beautiful, beautiful boat in the water. Jeremy Vore, who with his wife Cassandra owns Red Leaf Designs, has become a very good friend. He loves to paddle. Red Leaf Designs is a company on the south shore of Lake Superior in Marquette, Michigan. And Jeremy and Cassandra make incredible custom spray decks for all kinds of different boats. And they do them for solo boats, they do them for tandem boats. For pack boats, they'll do splash decks on the end. They've got a whole bunch of other really cool features available. Scott's going to put a link in the description to custom outfitting Jeremy did on his Dragonfly 14.5. This is an Expedition Kevlar Dragonfly 15. It's got the Basalta Negra commingle fabric on the outside. And this baby is ready to go tripping with. Now the boat can be ordered with and without float tanks. People that want to do real extended whitewater river tripping may want to put end bags in their boats. In that case, we'll build you one without the float tanks in it. If you're a little bit more casual paddler looking for more of a cruising boat, because there's very skilled paddlers, are going to absolutely love this boat just for cruising. So we can do it with the float tanks also. So the Dragonfly 15, folks, this is an awesome new solo canoe for 2025. I have a very good friend, Charlie Wilson, who is retired down to Florida now. And he has been an icon in this industry. He's worked for a number of companies. He owned Grade 6 Pack, a company he started by himself, made incredible paddling gear. And Charlie was really into freestyle paddlings. And on all of his paddles, I have his collection now. They have CEW on them. And we're going to have a prize for the first person who can put in the comments below what the E stands for. Now, Charlie worked with David Yost. We're all good friends. And they conceptualized 3 boats for freestyle paddling. There's a 13-foot Flashfire, the 14-foot Wildfire, and the 15-foot Starfire. These are not in our price list this year, but we have the molds for them and we can custom build one for you. So if you're interested in them, let us know. The Starfire is very interesting. It was actually originally designed as a tandem boat for freestyle paddling. It's got, I believe, 3 inches of rocker in each end. It is super, super maneuverable. It also turned into an extremely popular solo boat for really big guys wanting a boat with a lot of rocker to it. And a good customer of ours from Montana, Jason, has ordered this particular boat with the solo setup, Basalta Negra, Comingo, epoxy resin. He ordered it without the float tank so he can put airbags in. He likes to use his boats really hard. It's absolutely beautiful with the cherry interior on it. These boats have been so popular for many years. Now this year, Carmen, who runs our Algonquin Test Paddling Center, found that the Wildfire was one of the most popular boats for paddlers that are getting into solo paddling. It's got a lot of stability to it. It really suits an average size to smaller person very nicely. It's got 2.5 inches of rocker at each end. So she and myself went to our designer, David Yost, and we've come up with a new boat for 2025 called the Cirrus 14.6. It has the exact same center station as the Wildfire. It's stretched out 1/2 foot longer, so an extra 3 inches in each end. It actually has 2.5 inches of rocker in the front and about 2 inches in the back. I had the wrong dimensions in our Cirrus video we just came out with, which Scott will put a link to in the description. The Cirrus 14.6 is going to be, we feel, perhaps our most popular solo boat moving forward. And we're going to show you footage now of Jeremy Vore paddling it a few weeks ago in very cold water. It's incredible the side slip strokes that he can do, the acceleration he gets with each stroke. It's just a beautiful boat, and he can get it to pull around corners really nicely. He used it with both a bent shaft paddle where he really leaned on the paddle hard. He felt that he'd really want a carbon foot bar if he had ordered it that way. And then also with a traditional straight shaft paddle. And you'll see in this video, he's actually using my paddle. So it's about 3-4 inches too long for him. But look at the control and power he's getting with this paddle. It's just a beautiful sight to see. So Charlie Wilson, thank you for what you've created. Your paddle collection is going to be taken very well care of, and we're probably going to have some of them on display at our Gravenhurst store. And you've inspired us to come out with the new Cirrus 14.6. So cheers to the new boat. We have another new solo this year, the Cruiser 17.8, and I wanted to go over the Cruiser 16.8 with you as a lead into it, because this is my personal solo tripping boat right here that I absolutely love. And this is the other TeXtreme that we're offering this year. This is the Xylon Carbon TeXtreme. And guys, this boat's been hammered. I make no apologies for all the marks on it. I hit lots of rocks. I use it like crazy. And this also has the Swift logo right in the bottom. And folks, this is built right into the UV shield. This is so cool. This isn't a decal put on afterwards. This is the actual cloth of the boat that we're looking at. We do so many different things on the bottom. We have a graphic artist on staff, Carmen, who has custom artwork she can do for people. If it's not too detailed, she can take what you have and modify it. Some people have the names of their dogs or their cottage or whatever put on it. So we have lots of possibilities with that. We also do lots of custom decals for people. Some people have us do particular names to put on rather than the model names. Some people have us put logos, turtle insignias, all kinds of things. So let me tell you about the Cruiser 16.8. This is going to be the standard seating system in the Cruiser 17.8. So it's got the box seat on it, it's got the bucket seat, and Joe, let's show them how the foot brace slides when you slide the seat. This is very popular with racers who sometimes want to adjust the trim or balance of their boat in the water. Often when a paddler gets into shallow water, in a race, they'll scooch their seat up a little bit to bring the bow down in the water. This seating system is so cool. It's so easy to adjust to different positions this quickly. I just adjusted it to a different spot. Now it can also be ordered without the runner bars on the side here, in the carbon foot bar instead, for someone who's more into tripping or recreational paddling, and it gives a little bit more room right in this position on the boat. So really neat setup. So I want to give a shout out to Colin, who works at Canoe Shops UK in Manchester. He's quite the character, and I'm looking forward to paddling with you one day, Colin. He wanted to get a Cruiser 16.8, and he didn't want this seat setup. He wanted our traditional bench canoe seat on it. So we custom built for Colin this Cruiser 16.8 with this seat setup in it, with a carbon foot bar, and he absolutely loved it. We've sold about 5 other of them. Mark McCandles is a fellow from Illinois who has one that I know really likes it. This is a boat that I've been using also myself, and I absolutely love it. These 2 boats live at our Algonquin Test Paddling Center, so people often get into these. Let's get them down now, and I'll show them to you. The Cruiser 16.8 is still in production. We're still getting people ordering them. It's distinctively different than our new Cruiser 17.8. Here's something I'm going to have put on my Cruiser 16.8 this year. Very easy to do so. I'm going to have Matt and Terry put this assist bar on just to help me get in and out of the boat. Now you see the position here is a lot of people will use a bench shaft paddle. You can paddle really close to the side of your body. So for racers, they don't mind these bars here at all on the side, the foot bars. And again, I'll just show you again how easy they are to adjust. It's that quickly, you can click to a different position. And again, if I just lift my weight up, I can move the seat while I'm paddling and the foot brace moves with me. Super comfortable position. For trippers that may want a little bit more room, again, we'll do it without the bars on the side here. The foot brace doesn't move with you, but we can put our adjustable carbon foot bar in it. It's a really neat setup. So I can pull on this bar to help me get out. This guy's gonna pop right out. So let's get into this boat right here. So this is the one, again, that Colin from Canoe Shops UK was the one that started us on this, and a carbon foot bar, again, is going to be a great option on this particular boat. So a little bit more room with the bench seat, and here's why a tripper may want the bench seat on it, and that's this. Some people really like to get into a kneeling position when they paddle, and I've got size 12.5, 13 feet. And I can very comfortably kneel like this. A position that I am quite comfortable with is putting one knee down and one knee forward. I paddle like this quite often, but I'm so used to this boat. I like this position where I can just cruise very comfortably. So great options for the Cruiser 16.8. These seat options are also available on the Cruiser 15.8 this year and the Cruiser 17.8. Guys, here we have a Cruiser 16.8. This is my boat. This baby is 29.5 inches wide at its widest point. Here's the Cruiser 17.8. It's 2.5 inches narrower. It's 27 inches wide in the middle, the widest point, way narrower at the gunnels. And we're going to show you what that translates to for a paddler. Let's go over this Cruiser 17.8 in detail. We've got a really cool video coming out that Scott's going to put a link to in the description. So this baby is a granite one in the carbon fusion laminate. We did it with the epoxy resin system, all carbon interior. And Joe, let's show them in here. We built this one without float tanks. So our boats, without the tanks, float in the water when capsized. We put the float tanks in as supplemental flotation for all carbon Kevlar trim and aluminum trim boats. The aluminum trim boats definitely need the supplemental flotation. The carbon Kevlar trim, it can be optional. So a racer who wants to save every ounce they can, we do it without the float tanks. If you're more of a recreational paddler or a tripper, we can put the float tanks in for you. So let's go down the boat here. This one has a carbon assist bar on it. And Terry at the factory worked on this really cool seat, and this is just a prototype now. And folks, notice it's got these pins on the side here. This is an adjustable height seat that we're currently tooling up at our factory for racers or trippers that may want to be able to adjust the height of their seat. If you're paddling with a dog or in really big wind and waves, you can put it down lower. If you're a racer and you really want to be up more and have a lot more leverage, you can put it into the upper seat position. So this baby's set up really cool. It's that same sliding seat setup where the foot brace slides with the seat. So let's put this on the ground and I'll pop in her. So I'm in the Cruiser 17.8 now, and these two boats actually are the same center depth. It's an optical illusion that they look a little bit different. The 17.8 actually is the first 3 feet in the front, in the back of the boat. DY took the same stations. They have the same shape as each other. But this boat from then on becomes narrower. Terry Kent helped us with the shape of this boat. He's an Olympic paddler and is now a marathon canoe racer, and he wanted a really narrow catch on the boat where he could paddle really close to the center line of the boat. Now the cruisers are very rounded in the chine area, both of them. They're very good in wind and waves. There's a little bit of bow rocker on these boats and 1/2 inch in the stern of the boat. They do track really nicely, but one of the things that people have been finding with the cruisers is that when you lean them over on the sides, they carve unbelievable turns. They're so much fun to paddle. And Joe, why don't you pop up for a second? We'll show this a little bit closer. This one has the assist bar on it. So let me show you this real close. So I can get one foot out, bring one back, really pull on this bar. Really helps me get out easily. And then Joe, let's show them the details of this adjustable height seat a little bit more. So I can pop the pins on this boat, and we're going to put tethers on them when we have the production version. So all 4 pins will just pop right out, and then the seat can just lower right down. You're going to want to make sure you put the pins at level positions to each other, and then you'll be able to pop it back up again. The position I was sitting in was a little lower than this seat, so the upper position is going to be what the standard 16.8 seat height was, and then we're going to have options for it to drop lower in the boat. So the Cruiser 17.8, guys, you know that I'm going to be getting one of these for this year. Cheers. Here is my tandem tripping canoe that Adrian and I take all over the place. We went to Temagami 5 times last year, spent a lot of time in Algonquin. We have hammered this boat, this lovely gal. We call her Luna, L-O-O-N-A. And we have intentionally, for the first few years, just tried to damage it. So we've run over rocks and logs. And I just wanted to show you, even if you have one of our boats with our old gel coat technology, it's going to last you so long. You might get chips and marks in the gel. You can see we touched her up this year, put a few patches on her, gave her a little TLC. and recoated the gunnels. We've got a new UV coating for the gunnels. If any of you folks over time have an older boat and you want us to refurbish it, you can bring it to our factory and we can really touch her up and put some more life into her. What I want to show you right now is the new assist bar is also available in a detachable version if you want to be able to pop it off some of the time. And I'm going to show you why you may want this. Now, we also put a detachable center seat in Luna this year because we take a friend of ours sometimes when we go out, and we kept the yoke facing forward. And when we do trip with our friend Jolene, we pop the seat out and we just strap this to a backpack. It's so easy to do for the portages. And what I'm going to show you is why you want the assist bar in the front of the boat. So I moved my bow forward 4 inches a few years ago. So for me, this is the perfect height for one finger portaging right here, the distance from me. In the standard position on the Keewaydin 17, it's going to be 4 inches further back, so it's going to be very comfortable for average size paddlers. So let's put this baby down now. What a beauty. Let's put her on the ground. I had our trim manager, Terry, put an assist bar in the back of the boat for me that's fixed. And they actually made a prototype one out of forged carbon that's pretty cool. But again, when I want to get out of the boat, I can put 1 foot out and just really pull on that. It makes it so much easier as we age to get in and out of the boat. Now, in the front of the boat, the reason why I had them do the detachable version, and this is an option for this year, guys, where you can order it like this, either fixed or detachable. I've popped the pins on this, the detachable bar on the bow thwart, and I'm just going to put this off to the side. Here's why Adrian and I are going to want it detachable, that she's half my weight. When we trip, we put our biggest pack right against the bow thwart. If the assist bar was there, it'd be in the way of it. And it allows us to adjust the trim of the boat nicely. So either detachable or fixed, the assist bar is going to be a great option for all of you for this year. And it is retrofittable to many of your boats. Here is a new tandem touring canoe that we are totally excited about for this year. This is the Lavieille 17.6. Lavieille in French is old woman, and Lavieille also happens to be a beautiful lake in Algonquin Park, one of the larger ones, and it was my father's favorite lake in the park. My brother, Rich Swift, asked us to do this boat for the Algonquin Outfitters rental fleet, and it was his idea to call it the Lavieille in honor of my father. So thank you, Rich. Now, this particular boat is 17.5 feet long. It's about 36.5 inches wide at the widest point. It's got a lot of volume above the waterline. My brother wanted a really good 3-person tripping canoe for 3 full-size adults to paddle in comfortably. We have a great video out. Scott's going to put a link in the description. You should check it out. We've moved the bow seat 4 or 5 inches forward. There's still lots of room for someone my size to get in it and be very comfortable. And folks, look at how much room there is right here for packs, dogs, whatever you may want, barrels, so much room right in here. There's room for a full-size adult to sit in the center seat right here as well. And then coming back in the boat, very comfortable for the stern paddler, and that video we did shows it really nicely. We put a lot of volume again above the waterline in the back of the boat, and it allowed us to bring the stern seat back. So even though this is a foot shorter than our Keewaydin 18.6, it's got way more room, and it's got way more seaworthiness than the Keewaydin 18.6. It's better in windy, twisty creeks. It's got more bow rocker. And Joe, let's show them this really distinguishing feature here, in which we really tuck the sides in quite a bit so that the center paddler doesn't have to reach way out away from the boat. And look how wide we made the center seat. So this middle paddler can move over to the side a little bit, and you can adjust the packs correspondingly. So the balance of the boat is pretty good. Now let's talk about this boat right next to it. This is another Lavieille, and this is the ultimate family tripping boat. It's got enough bow rocker to slide it around Otter Slide Creek, Tim River, those tight corners that you get. It's got less rocker in the back of the boat. It tracks really nicely on the open lakes. And Joe, let me lift this up. It's got a really sleek shape to it, very rounded in the chine areas, very comfortable to paddle in wind and waves. Now what's super cool about this version of this Lavieille is this has some really neat options. The first is we've put an extra seat in it. This is right in front of the yoke. You can put two small kids side by side in here very comfortably. So I'm gonna pop this seat out. This quickly, you can take this seat out if you just have 3 people using the boat. And then you can also order it. It comes standard with a fixed seat in the center position. You can take this out so that if you want to paddle it as a really cool 2-person tripping canoe with tons of gear in it, you can load this baby up. This has an enormous carrying capacity to it. And then let me put this back in again. Joe, why don't you show the folks yourself in the video here? Joe does all our videos. We've been working together for years. And Joe's one of those neat guys who just has a newborn this year. He's got 3 kids now, 2 dogs. This boat was his 3 kids and 2 dogs. This is a great touring boat for what you are looking for, Joe. And we're going to have to trade in your Keewaydin 17 for this year. So the Lavieille 17.6, this is a boat, whether you get the 3-seat version or the 4-seat version, you're going to love. And cheers to my dad, Swifty. Folks, we have some really cool stuff for the kayaks for this year. We've got a number of what we call electric finishes. This is what Matt calls red pearlescence, candy apple red. And this is the carbon laminate. It's got the black carbon on the bottom. This baby has incredible pop to it. We have tooled up carbon cockpit rings for all of our kayaks now. We've also enhanced the way we're putting our stainless steel security loops in. Thank you, Collins Hill Canoe and Kayak, for the feedback. And look at the look of this boat, guys. It just looks so cool. This is an Adirondack 12 LT. And Joe, let's come over this way. This is really cool. This is for a customer named Nancy from Minnesota. She ordered this boat through Rutabaga Paddle Sports. This has the amber finish and Kevlar fusion on the bottom. And this has electric lime green on the deck. And look at as I move the light, folks. On a sunny day, this boat is going to have incredible pop to it. This boat only weighs 30 pounds in Kevlar fusion. An absolutely beautiful, beautiful look. This is the Adirondack 12 with the hatches on it. Very popular model. Someone wants to take a dog or more room in the cockpit than the 12 LT. And come on over yonder, Joe. More goodies. The top boat is an Adirondack 12 LT in a real popular finish. This has the Kevlar Fusion Amber deck over the Kevlar Fusion hull. Very lightweight boat, absolutely stunning. We can also do the carbon fusion with the granite, clear granite deck over a clear granite hull. Now here is a Kawasa 13.2, and I wanted to show you this to emphasize something. We just brought it in from the outside. Look at the snow melting on this beauty. This has UV shield on it. Every single kayak color we have now, every finish we have, has UV shield in it. It's brought the weight of the boat down. It's enhanced the UV protection. They don't have gel in them. It's a very thin, flexible finish. It absolutely works great with our laminating system. This one has the granite hull on it. It's a beautiful finish. This is one of the models, the Kawasa 13-2, that we tooled up with the carbon cockpit rim recently. And then let's look at this baby on the bottom. We've done a video with our customers, the Doodles, with this. They're in Ontario. They ordered 2 Kawasa 14s. This particular one is the Firestorm electric finish, and it's got the amber hull on it. And just look at that, folks, how cool that looks. With the hull, it's such a good pairing. This boat is absolutely beautiful. If you like a boat that on an overcast day has one feel to it, then you get it out in a bright sunny day and it lifts everybody's spirits up around you, the electric finish on our kayaks is where it's at. Now, if you're someone who really likes earth tone colors, fishing, hunting, whatever it may be, photographers, this boat on the bottom, this is a Basalt Negra. So cool looking. Look at the finish on this. This is just beautiful on all of our kayaks. On the Adirondack 13-6, it fits really nicely. We've had a customer order with the Basalt Negra finish on the inside as well. And something new we're going to have very shortly, we're going to show all of you, is we're also going to have camo finishes on kayak decks and hulls and on all of our canoes. So cheers to all of the new features on all the Swift canoes and kayaks for this year. We got one more goodie for you. We also have a lot of exciting things happening with Badger paddles this year. Many of you folks may know that Mike Ramsey with his wife Fiona have created this beautiful line of paddles, which we make in our own wood shop. They have these versions where they do some artwork on them. They can do custom engravings. We have them in cherry. We have them in walnut. We have them in sassafras. And something we've been doing a lot of recently, and this is an example of this. This is a rack that we've built for our show, but we have people asking about having us build them for their own displays. You can see the smaller one right here sticking out of the wall. This is super cool. If you want to display some in your house and you want to have Mike custom build a rack for you, we're doing more and more stuff like this. And we love it when you fill them with Badger paddles. So contact us if you're interested in that. Now this is really cool, guys. This is a paddle that I use now that we're paying homage to my father that we're calling the Swifty paddle. This is a cherry one. This is a modification of a Maine Guides paddle. And it's a paddle that my father bought for me years ago to camp with. And what I love about it, I love having a big blade where I can really pull a lot of water. And what I do, the grip is what I really like. This is what's really unique about this. It's very flat, and I actually hold my paddle like this. When I do my correction stroke, I hardly have to turn my wrist at all. It's very smooth. I find that when I put my hand on the top, I've really got to move my wrist more. So this is a new paddle for this year called the Swifty canoe paddle. So cheers to my father, cheers to all of you. Thanks for watching the video, and come check out in person all the new products we have for this year.